Hello, hello, English learners from every corner of this amazing globe. Welcome back to the English Academy podcast, the place where we go beyond the textbooks to discover the real English spoken around the world. I'm your host, Chloe.
And I'm Liam. Oh, Chloe, today we're pulling back the curtain on some truly unique phrases. You might have mastered everyday English, but what about the words that make Canadians sound like, well, Canadians, and Australians sound like incredibly Aussie?
Exactly. These aren't words you'll find in many beginner books, but they're used constantly in Canada and Australia. So if you're planning to visit, study, or just connect with people from these amazing countries, this episode is your golden ticket.
That's right. Get ready to expand your vocabulary with 6 fascinating slang terms. We'll show you what they mean, how to use them, and why they're so uniquely Canadian or Australian. It's going to be a real adventure for your ears and your brain. But first, let's hear from our amazing listeners.
You know, Liam, we get so many brilliant messages, and many listeners ask about sounding truly authentic. We had a message this week from Ricardo in Mexico who said, I listen to Canadian TV shows and they say all the time. What does it mean? My dictionary doesn't say.
Oh, Ricardo, is a classic. It's like a secret handshake of Canadian English. We are absolutely going to decode that for you today. You'll be saying like a pro by the end of this.
Absolutely. And Fatima from Egypt wrote in, I heard an Australian friend say no worries for everything. Is it always okay to say that? Fatima, no worries is a truly iconic Aussie phrase. We'll explore its many uses and show you why it's so popular.
So, Chloe, are you ready to unpack these unique phrases and help our listeners blend in when they visit Canada or Australia?
Oh, I'm ready, Liam. Let's kick off with our first iconic Canadian word. Our first fascinating Canadian word is eh?
So, Chloe, I hear this everywhere in Canadian media. What does this little 2-letter word actually do?
It's deceptively simple, Liam. Eh is a very common Canadian tag question. It's used in many ways, similar to right or don't you agree? It invites agreement or confirms understanding. Example 1, seeking agreement. It's a beautiful day, eh? Meaning, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Example 2, confirming understanding. You're going to the game later, eh? Meaning, you're going to the game later, right?
So it's a polite little verbal nod. It makes the speaker sound friendly and inclusive.
Exactly. It can also be used for mild surprise or to ask someone to repeat something. It's truly multi-purpose. The key is the upward inflection at the end, making it a question. Example 3, surprise. Eh? What was that? Imagine trying to use in a very formal business meeting, like, art profits were up, eh? It would sound very out of place.
So, listeners, next time you're trying to sound Canadian, try adding an at the end of a question. Just be sure to use it casually.
Excellent start. Now, Liam, for our second uniquely Canadian term, one that every coffee lover will appreciate.
Oh, I think I know this one. It's delicious. Our second Canadian term is Doubledouble.
Doubledouble. What on earth is a double-double, Liam? Is it like 2 of everything?
In a way, yes, Chloe. A double-double is a very specific coffee order at Tim Hortons, which is Canada's most famous coffee and donut chain. It means a coffee with 2 creams and 2 sugars.
So it's a shortcut order, not literally double the coffee, but double the cream and double the sugar. That's very efficient.
Exactly. If you walk into a Tim Hortons in Canada and say, "Can I get a double-double, please?" everyone will know exactly what you want. It's part of the Canadian coffee culture. Example, I'm just quickly grabbing a double-double before my meeting.
So you wouldn't say 2 creams, 2 sugars. You just say double-double. That's fascinating.
Precisely. It's super fast, super common. Imagine asking for that in, say, a fancy coffee shop in London, England. They'd probably just stare at you.
So listeners, next time you're in Canada, try ordering a double-double. You'll sound like a true local. Excellent start. Now, Liam, for our third Canadian word, perfect for those cold Canadian winters.
This one is a real head warmer.
Our third Canadian word is toque.
Toque. Touque. So, Chloe, is this like a special type of Canadian hat?
That's exactly right, Liam. A toque, pronounced toque or tuck, is the Canadian word for a knitted winter hat, often called a beanie in other English-speaking countries, or a wool hat. It's a fundamental part of staying warm in Canada.
So it's just a different word for something common, like lift instead of elevator in British English.
Precisely. Every Canadian owns at least one toque. It's very practical. Imagine going to a store in, say, Florida, USA, and asking, "Where can I buy a toque?" They might point you to the kitchen supplies.
So, listeners, if you're bundled up in a warm hat in Canada, you're probably wearing a toque.
Wow, 3 fantastic Canadian terms down. Now, Liam, are you ready to jump to the sunny shores of Australia for our next set of phrases?
I'm ready, mate. Let's get down to business. Our fourth term, and our first from Australia, is the iconic greeting, "G'day, mate."
Good day, mate. So, Liam, is this just good day, friend?
That's exactly what it is, Chloe. "G'day, mate," pronounced "G'day, mate," means good day, friend, or simply hello. You'll hear it constantly. Example, "G'day, mate, how's it going?"
It sounds so friendly and casual. Is mate always used for friends?
It's very versatile. You can use mate for friends, strangers, even a shopkeeper. It makes the conversation instantly friendly and informal. It's a hallmark of Australian casual conversation. Imagine going into a very formal business meeting in, say, New York, and greeting everyone with, "G'day, mate."
It might raise a few eyebrows.
So, listeners, next time you meet an Australian, or just want to sound super friendly, try a hearty, "G'day, mate."
Fantastic. Now, Liam, for our 5th term and our second from Australia, one that sums up the relaxed Aussie attitude.
Oh, this one is used for everything, and it's truly wonderful.
Our 5th term is no worries.
No worries. So, Chloe, is this like saying "don't worry" or "it's okay"?
Exactly, Liam. No worries is an incredibly versatile and popular Aussie phrase that means don't worry about it, you're welcome, it's okay, or no problem. It conveys a very laid-back, optimistic attitude. Example 1, you're welcome. Thanks for the help. Ah, no worries. Example 2, it's okay, or no problem. Sorry I'm late. No worries, you're here now.
So it's like a verbal shrug that says, "Everything is cool. I love it."
Precisely. It's used in so many situations, it's almost a philosophy. Imagine if someone tells you a truly terrible problem like, "My house burned down," and you reply, "No worries." That would be very, very wrong. It's for minor issues or as a friendly, "you're welcome."
Good point about the context, Chloe. So, listeners, no worries is your go-to phrase for polite reassurance or casual "you're welcome" in Australia.
Wow, Liam, what an insightful journey. Now, for our 6th and final slang term, another very common Aussie shortcut.
This one is short and sweet, and you'll hear it every day in Australia.
Our 6th and final term for today is Arvo.
Arvo. So, Chloe, is this like a special type of Australian avocado?
Oh, Liam, that's a great guess, but no avocados here. Arvo, pronounced Arvo, is simply a very common informal abbreviation for afternoon. It's super casual. Example, "I'll see you this Arvo," meaning "I'll see you this afternoon."
Ah, so it's just a shorter way to say afternoon. Australians love to shorten words, don't they?
They absolutely do. Arvo is very common in spoken Australian English. You'll hear it constantly. Imagine if you're in a very formal business meeting at like 9 o'clock in the morning and you say, "I'll submit the report this Arvo." You might get some strange looks from people who aren't familiar with Aussie slang.
So, listeners, next time you're talking about the afternoon in Australia, you can impress everyone by saying Arvo.
Wow, Liam, what a fantastic exploration of Canadian and Australian slang today. We covered double-double, toque, g'day mate, no worries, and Arvo. That's a whole lot of new, authentic English.
We really have. And remember, everyone, these terms are all about sounding natural in specific regions. Listen for them when you consume Canadian or Australian media.
Absolutely. The more you hear them, the more natural they'll become. And if you're visiting or communicating with people from these countries, using or at least understanding these phrases will make a huge difference.
And speaking of interacting, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these Canadian or Australian slang terms was your favorite? Have you ever heard one that totally confused you? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and seeing your progress.
Yes, your feedback and stories are what keep us going and inspire new episodes. We're truly grateful for this global community we're building.
And before we wrap up, Chloe, what's one final piece of advice for our listeners who want to keep growing their Canadian and Australian English skills?
I would say immerse yourselves. Watch Canadian TV shows, listen to Australian podcasts, follow Canadian and Australian YouTubers. The more you hear the language in context, the more natural these unique phrases will stick. Enjoy the journey of discovery.
Excellent advice. And I'd add, don't be afraid to try using these terms in informal conversations. Canadians and Australians are generally very friendly and will appreciate your effort.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much for joining us on this fun, insightful, and very geographically specific episode of the English Academy podcast. We genuinely hope you feel more confident and inspired to connect with the English of Canada and Australia.
We'll be back next week with more engaging content, more essential vocabulary, and of course, more fun. Until then, keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep believing in yourselves.
Bye, everyone. Stay curious.
See you next time.